The WWE Universe thought it had processed every shocking twist in recent months until the moment Liv Morgan returned. But this was no ordinary comeback. Insider sources confirmed that what unfolded went beyond a simple return. It was a meticulously orchestrated betrayal, designed to shock, destabilize, and redefine ongoing storylines. Raquel Rodriguez, until that point perceived as untouchable and dominant, became the center of one of the most audacious backstage assaults in recent WWE memory, and DOMINIK'S involvement only intensified the intrigue. Insiders report that Morgan's absence had been anything but idle. Every week away, every cryptic social media post, and every backstage whisper contributed to a strategic setup. Morgan, sources confirm, spent her time preparing not only physically but psychologically, studying Raquel's matches, behavioral patterns, and key vulnerabilities. Every detail was calculated to ensure that her return would hit with maximum shock value. The setting was a routine backstage corridor, moments before a scheduled segment. Sources confirm Raquel Rodriguez was engaged in discussion with mid-card talent, her confidence unshaken by prior storylines, unaware that the narrative pendulum was about to swing violently. Then, from seemingly nowhere, Morgan appeared, eyes locked, energy charged, presence electrifying. Witnesses describe an immediate, palpable tension, the kind that freezes both talent and production staff in place. What happened next was nothing short of brutal. Insider reports indicate that Morgan's assault was precise, deliberate, and shockingly aggressive. Every movement was choreographed to create maximum narrative tension. Stuns, strikes, and physical domination combined to send a message that went far beyond personal vengeance. Morgan's return was designed to unsettle Rodriguez, shake the locker room hierarchy, and instantly captivate the audience. Sources close to talent confirmed that the betrayal was not only physical. Morgan's psychological tactics were equally devastating. Promos, glances, and timing of her attacks were executed with the intent to destabilize Raquel both inside the ring and in the audience's perception. Every beat was designed to maximize emotional impact, ensuring that the narrative would ripple across WWE programming and fan discussions for weeks to come. Insider sources report that DOMINIK'S cryptic hints added a dramatic layer to the unfolding feud. Throughout weeks of television segments, DOMINIK had been teasing possible alliances, interferences, and even betrayals, planting seeds of speculation that primed the WWE Universe for this shocking twist. His subtle involvement, leaks suggest, was designed to intensify tension, creating multiple layers of intrigue surrounding Morgan's motives and the ultimate direction of the storyline. Backstage dynamics were instantaneously affected. Sources describe a locker room on edge, with wrestlers reassessing alliances, strategies, and personal positioning. Even veterans, insiders say, found themselves adjusting interactions, mindful that a single misstep could place them in the crossfire of the Morgan-Rodriguez-Dominik triangle. The assault reshaped narrative and power dynamics in real time. Creative teams quickly pivoted to integrate the shock into broader storylines. Insider leaks indicate that Morgan's return and betrayal prompted multiple revisions. Match orders, promo schedules, and pay-per-view planning were all recalibrated to capitalize on maximum suspense. Every segment was now infused with tension, ensuring the eventual confrontation would resonate both physically and psychologically. Insiders emphasized that Morgan's actions were layered with strategy. She did not simply attack, she executed a sequence of moves designed to communicate intent, dominance, and narrative foresight. Every strike, counter, and pause was crafted to heighten suspense, destabilize her target, and energize audience engagement. The assault became a story within a story, where physical action intersected with psychological drama. Raquel Rodriguez, sources report, reacted quickly. Though initially stunned, she maintained composure, attempting to counter Morgan's aggression while navigating the complex narrative implications of the betrayal. Insider accounts describe her response as a masterclass in resilience and psychological storytelling, a combination of defensive awareness, tactical precision, and audience-facing performance. DOMINIK'S involvement, insiders say, was subtle yet pivotal. He provided narrative breadcrumbs that amplified suspense, cryptic social media hints, backstage interactions, and ambiguous promos that left fans speculating endlessly about potential alliances, motivations, and pay-per-view outcomes. Insider sources confirm that DOMINIK'S strategic positioning played a crucial role in escalating narrative tension, adding unpredictability and complexity to the storyline. The impact of the betrayal extended beyond the immediate confrontation. Insider reports describe ripple effects across the locker room. Mid-card talent reconsidered competitive positioning, alliances were subtly shifted, and storylines previously perceived as stable were suddenly infused with uncertainty. The Morgan-Rodriguez-Dominik triangle became a focal point, influencing match preparation, backstage dynamics, and promotional strategy. Social media and audience engagement reflected the intensity of the moment. Insider sources confirm that speculation, fan theories, and interactive commentary surged immediately following Morgan's betrayal. WWE marketing teams leveraged the moment across platforms, ensuring maximum exposure, narrative amplification, and viewer anticipation for upcoming segments and pay-per-view events. Creative teams also explored multiple branching storylines. Insider leaks indicate that potential paths included direct retaliation from Raquel Rodriguez, surprise alliances with other superstars, DOMINIK'S deeper involvement, possibly manipulating outcomes, long-term narrative arcs emphasizing trust, betrayal, and revenge. Every decision was informed by a desire to maintain suspense, maximize audience investment, and ensure narrative continuity. Morgan's return, insiders emphasize, was not a simple shock moment but a catalyst for multiple intersecting storylines designed to dominate WWE programming for months. Backstage, insiders report that talent were acutely aware of narrative stakes. Every glance, conversation, and in-ring interaction carried added significance. Morgan's strategic aggression reshaped interpersonal dynamics, prompting wrestlers to reconsider both physical approach and storyline positioning. Even minor segments gained amplified tension due to the betrayal's lingering influence. The weeks following Morgan's assault were structured for escalation. Insider sources confirm that both Morgan and Rodriguez engaged in a series of calculated confrontations, surprise attacks, verbal promos, and in-ring displays of resilience and strategy. Every segment served to heighten anticipation, strengthen narrative arcs, and build toward a climactic pay-per-view showdown. Insiders also emphasized that the betrayal was designed for psychological impact. Morgan's return challenged assumptions about loyalty, dominance, and hierarchy within WWE. By attacking a previously dominant figure and leveraging DOMINIK'S ambiguous involvement, she introduced narrative uncertainty that extended across both televised programming and backstage dynamics. Every action, insider sources confirm, was meticulously planned. From Morgan's timing to her physical execution, from Rodriguez's strategic counters to DOMINIK'S subtle hints, the storyline exemplified layered narrative construction. Each beat, each segment, and each in-ring sequence was intended to maximize suspense, emotional investment, and audience speculation. The impact on pay-per-view planning was immediate. Insider reports indicate that upcoming matches, segment orders, and promotional highlights were recalibrated to accommodate escalating tension. Morgan's betrayal became a central narrative axis, influencing storyline arcs, audience engagement, and competitive positioning within the roster. Locker room dynamics were permanently reshaped. Sources report that wrestlers approached Morgan and Rodriguez with heightened awareness, balancing physical readiness with strategic narrative positioning. Alliances, mentorships, and rivalries all carried additional layers of meaning, reflecting the ongoing psychological and narrative influence of the betrayal. Insider accounts highlight the strategic brilliance of the storyline. Morgan's return, assault, and calculated narrative positioning were designed to ensure sustained engagement, unpredictability, and tension. Every promo, match, and backstage interaction was crafted to reinforce narrative stakes, psychological depth, and audience anticipation. DOMINIK'S role, sources confirm, remained deliberately ambiguous. His hints, interactions, and selective involvement ensured sustained speculation, narrative tension, and storyline complexity. The WWE Universe was left guessing, analyzing, and debating potential outcomes, creating sustained engagement across multiple platforms. The weeks following Liv Morgan's shocking betrayal of Raquel Rodriguez were a masterclass in tension, suspense, and narrative escalation. Insider reports describe a WWE locker room operating under high alert, with every wrestler recalibrating strategy and positioning. Morgan's audacious return had not only shaken Rodriguez but had rippled across the roster, influencing alliances, rivalries, and promotional priorities. Raquel Rodriguez wasted no time formulating her response. Sources confirm that her approach combined in-ring readiness, psychological strategy, and narrative positioning. Every match segment, promo, and backstage interaction was meticulously planned to demonstrate resilience, assert dominance, and set the stage for a climactic confrontation. Insider accounts describe Rodriguez analyzing Morgan's prior attack, noting patterns, weaknesses, and potential vulnerabilities to exploit. DOMINIK'S hints throughout the weeks added layers of unpredictability. Insider leaks suggest that his cryptic social media posts, backstage interactions, and subtle interferences were all designed to heighten suspense, leaving both talent and fans guessing about his true allegiances. Creative clearly leveraged his ambiguity as a narrative tool, amplifying tension and keeping audience speculation at fever pitch. Insider sources confirm that the feud expanded beyond simple one-on-one confrontations. Surprise ambushes, backstage run-ins, and in-ring psychological warfare became common. Every segment was calculated to escalate suspense, demonstrate character evolution, and maintain audience engagement. Morgan's aggression remained precise, strategic, and narrative-driven, never random, always impactful. Backstage dynamics became increasingly intricate. Sources report subtle power plays, shifting alliances, and calculated positioning across the roster. Wrestlers who were previously neutral now weighed in, either cautiously observing or strategically aligning themselves with one side. The betrayal's ramifications extended far beyond the primary feud, reshaping the locker room hierarchy and creating new narrative possibilities. Creative teams doubled down on suspense. Insider leaks indicate multiple branching storylines, potential interference in pay-per-view matches, evolving alliances, and high-stakes stipulations were all considered. The goal was to maximize unpredictability, ensuring that every fan reaction, promo, and segment carried heightened tension. Morgan's return served as the catalyst for these intertwined arcs. Rodriguez's comeback strategy was multi-layered. Insider sources describe her meticulously timed promo segments, physical conditioning, and in-ring sequences designed to assert authority while maintaining narrative credibility. Each move reinforced resilience, escalating the narrative tension with every segment. Her approach reflected both tactical brilliance and an understanding of audience psychology, creating a storyline arc that demanded attention and speculation. Morgan's continued attacks and strategic interference sustained suspense. Insider accounts confirm that each appearance was carefully choreographed to create shock, provoke Rodriguez, and stimulate audience engagement. Every movement, every glance, every pause carried narrative weight, contributing to a broader story of betrayal, ambition, and psychological warfare. DOMINIK'S involvement remained a key narrative pivot. Insider reports suggest that his subtle interferences and cryptic hints were designed to manipulate both talent and audience perception. By maintaining ambiguity, DOMINIK fueled speculation, drove engagement, and intensified the stakes of every segment. The WWE Universe was left constantly guessing, with tension escalating at every turn. As pay-per-view events approached, insider leaks confirmed that tension reached critical levels. Creative ensured that both Morgan and Rodriguez had carefully orchestrated build-ups, calculated confrontations, suspenseful promos, and story beats designed to maximize audience anticipation. Every segment fed into a crescendo, ensuring that the eventual confrontation would deliver both dramatic and psychological payoff. Backstage, sources report that the feud prompted strategic recalibration across multiple storylines. Wrestlers observed interactions, analyzed alignments, and adjusted their own approaches to capitalize on emerging opportunities. Morgan's calculated aggression and Rodriguez's tactical counters influenced not only their direct narrative but also broader roster positioning, alliances, and future storyline potential. Insider accounts describe escalating in-ring confrontations. Morgan executed precise attacks designed to destabilize Rodriguez and assert dominance, while Rodriguez responded with tactical countermeasures, strategic maneuvers, and audience-engaging storytelling. Every segment reinforced the narrative stakes, creating a dynamic and unpredictable feud that captivated both fans and talent. Creative also explored storyline crossovers. Insider sources indicate that the Morgan-Rodriguez feud intersected with other talent arcs, creating opportunities for factional conflicts, surprise appearances, and high-stakes interference. These layers ensured that audience engagement remained high and storyline complexity increased. Psychologically, the feud became a study in dominance, resilience, and manipulation. Insider accounts highlight that Morgan's aggression was as much about strategy as physicality. Her return demonstrated calculated timing, precise execution, and narrative foresight, each action carefully designed to influence both Rodriguez and audience perception. Rodriguez's approach equally emphasized psychological depth. Insider leaks describe her using facial expressions, timing, and strategic pauses to convey resilience, intelligence, and emotional engagement. Every counter, maneuver, and promo was crafted to maximize audience investment and maintain narrative credibility. DOMINIK'S big hints continued to escalate tension. Insider reports confirm that his involvement kept fans and talent guessing. Was he truly aligned with one side, manipulating outcomes, or preparing for a surprise intervention? His ambiguity added complexity, unpredictability, and layered suspense to an already high-stakes feud. The weeks leading up to the pay-per-view became a carefully choreographed sequence of tension-building events. Insider sources report surprise backstage confrontations, strategic in-ring counters, and psychological maneuvers, cryptic promos teasing motivations and alliances, teasers of escalating aggression that hinted at the climax. Every element was designed to heighten suspense, maintain audience engagement, and deliver narrative satisfaction. Morgan's return and betrayal served as the narrative spine, around which all subsequent story beats revolved. As pay-per-view day arrived, insider leaks confirmed that the setup was meticulously engineered. Every camera angle, promo segment, and in-ring move was designed to reinforce stakes, maximize shock, and create dramatic tension. Morgan's aggression and Rodriguez's resilience reached their narrative peak, with DOMINIK'S hints amplifying audience speculation. Backstage, insiders describe an environment of calculated anticipation. Talent observed, rehearsed, and strategically prepared for the unfolding storyline. Alliances, rivalries, and positioning became critical, influenced directly by the Morgan-Rodriguez-DOMINIK narrative. Every movement carried meaning, every interaction was layered with strategy, and every segment contributed to the overarching tension. Finally, insider sources confirmed that the WWE Universe's shock was not accidental. It was the result of months of strategic planning, psychological manipulation, and narrative engineering. Morgan's betrayal, Rodriguez's calculated response, and DOMINIK'S cryptic involvement exemplified modern professional wrestling storytelling, layered, suspenseful, and emotionally charged. The climax promised to redefine perceptions, reshape storylines, and deliver a series of unforgettable moments. Insider accounts emphasized that every strike, glance, and promo would carry weight, underscoring months of preparation, narrative design, and audience engagement. Morgan's shocking return was more than a surprise, it was a masterclass in dramatic storytelling, psychological strategy, and layered narrative execution.